Filipino American Cancer Care now brings you On the Air with FACC, tributes and support to those impacted by cancer. On the Air with FACC, the Filipino American Cancer Care on PHLV Radio.
Magandang gabi, Amerika. Good morning, Philippines. Magandang umaga, Pilipinas. Ako po si Josie Moralidad Azayman, founder and president of the Filipino American Cancer Care. It's January 1, 2021. Happy New Year sa ating mga followers, supporters, donors, at syempre sa aming big boss behind the camera, sa Johan, dyan sa may PHLV Radio Las Vegas. And ngayong gabi, sasamahan din ako syempre ng aking co-founder and executive vice president ng Filipino American Cancer Care, si Ed Logan. Ed, wala ngayon si Emerich, nagbabakasyon.
Josie, it feels like forever, but we just had a marathon of Christmas caroling. We had our special Christmas presentation. Now it's New Year. I can't wait to really share some of our stories that we included in last year. I felt like it's kind of weird to say it's already last year, right? 2020, it's already.
Parang ang bilis ng panahon, di ba? And now, nandito tayo. First radio show natin sa taong 2021, January 1 talaga. Now, ngayong gabi po ay marami tayong mga bisita. First, I would like to introduce our guest tonight. Isa rin siyang journalist and kilalang journalist, hindi lang dito sa Amerika, kundi doon din sa Pilipinas. She is a New York-based journalist who runs her online magazine, OSM, www.justclickit.com, which she co-founded with her daughter, Liani Alnica, in 2012. She was the president of the Filipino American Press Club of New York in 2018 and 2019. She set up a nonprofit in 2019 called Women's Immigration and Communications Cafe. Yung kanyang anak namatay po last year.
Josie, since Josie's having a technical challenges on her internet.
Editor and co-founder of the online. Oh, I'm sorry. Can you hear me now, Ed?
Yeah. I was trying to pick up your line since you're.
Pasensya na po kayo. Ganyan talaga ang problema ko dito sa bahay. Nagpa-fluctuate yung aking internet connection. But anyway, ang anak ng ating bisita ngayon, ng ating special guest, namatay po siya last year. Her name is Liani Alnica Montebon, who was the digital editor and co-founder of the online magazine OSM, Awesome, www.justclickit.com in 2012, just when she was taking up media technology at the LaGuardia community. She was a digital artist and worked as executive secretary to the Lowy Lacquer Media Studio in New Jersey. She passed away on November 17, 2019 at the age of 27 after a fierce battle against colon cancer. Ngayong gabi po magbibigay tayo ng tribute kay Yani Alnica. But first, we would like to welcome yung kanyang mother na si Mariver Montebon. Hi, Miss Mariver. Okay, nakamute ka yata. Just a moment. Ayan. Okay. May audio na? Wala pa ring audio. We're still waiting for Miss Mariver. Okay. Kanina okay yung...
So is it on?
Yes.
Can you hear me now?
We're fine.
Happy New Year once again, Josie. Thanks for having me. And hi, Logan. salamat sa imbitasyon. January 1 talaga. Nagtrabaho pa kayo.
Ikaw rin.
All the best to all of us this new year. I hope it's gonna be better.
And it's so nice to see you, Miss Marifer, no? Last year, Ed, nakita kami nito sa aking book event sa Philippine Consulate sa New York City. And at the time, buhay pa yata si Liani, di ba?
Yes, she was at the hospital at that time, Josie, and I will never forget your thoughtfulness that time. Na you helped us financially during that book launch of yours. So it's in my heart. My gratitude is always in my heart. Maraming salamat.
So Miss Marifer, tell us about yung nangyari kay Liani. Paano ba to nagsimula at paano mo na-discover na yun na nga, meron pala siyang sakit na cancer?
It's quite an uphill battle, but she had first a thyroid cancer in 2013. Ano yun? Kasi parang we had this get together with my college friends here in New York, and they noticed na parang malaki yung kanyang throat. Yeah. And then so we had it checked. Kasi hindi ko napansin yun eh. Hindi siya klaro. So we went, and then it was found that it was cancer. But she battled the thyroid cancer very fast.
How old was she at the time?
She was 20. 19. Yeah. So, in my family, meron kaming problema sa thyroid, mga goiter, ganyan. So, it wasn't, hindi siya nakakapagtaka. But she hurdled it pretty fast. 2 hours of surgery and 1 year, sort of once a year radiation for 3 years na para ma-ensure na hindi na magsaspread ang cancer. And she was declared cancer-free after 3 years. Now, hindi naman namin alam na meron na namang ibang klaseng cancer ang mangyari. So this was in she was very anemic. And one time she called me. I was in New Jersey, and I was in a book launch. I was covering it. And then she said, Mommy, I was told to go to the ER. Sabi ko, why? Masyado daw siyang pale, masyadong low ang kanyang hemoglobin. That was the start of the problem. This was in 2017. And she had blood transfusion, and then the doctor was suspicious where the bleed was coming from. And so she had to go through colonoscopy. And she was at that time 24 or 25. So,
may mga symptoms ba na kailangan siyang mag-undergo ng colonoscopy at the time?
Because the bleed, the cause of anemia is bleeding, and so there's an internal bleed somewhere. So pinapa-colonoscopy. This, the doctors just played a hunch, and then, but the shocking thing is na una pa si Nikki mag-colonoscopy sa akin.
Kasi you have to be like 50.
Oo, dapat. Who would think that a young person would have such problem? Pero siya ang unang nag-colonoscopy kaysa sa akin, and it was so shocking to find out that she had thousands of polyps in her
oh my gosh,
intestine. Yeah, it's really like it's called familial adenomatous polyposis. It means thousands of polyps are blanketing your intestine, kaya ka nagbe-bleed, kaya ka
Bakit
hindi
thousands? Anong cause nito?
They say it's genetic. So this was the thing. And it's pre-cancerous. So the doctor had advised to remove the entire intestine. And so it was like, oh my God, that's horrible to imagine. Kukunin ang buong large intestine. But she was up to it. And because we were told na it will develop into cancer pag hindi nyo tinanggal yan, because it's really by the thousands na it looks so horrible na yung mga bilog-bilog na pink and red and all that. And so she had her surgery in 2018 of November. When the entire colon was taken out, the doctor saw a huge tumor na hindi naman nakita sa colonoscopy. And so it turned out that it was colon cancer stage 4. And we were told about it after Christmas of 2018. So that began the most horrible time sa buhay ni Nikki at sa akin na napagsabihan kami na you have stage 4 cancer and you are going to go through palliative care. And so what is palliative? Palliative means you're not getting cured. You're just going to extend your life. Pero hindi na yan ibig sabihin mag-cure ka. That is as far as I know what the meaning of palliative is. No, sa mga doktor, I don't know kung anong context yan, but I was shocked and I was really trying to.
So nang sinabi ko ng doktor sa iyo, Miss Mariver, nandoon tabo si Nikki?
Ano po?
Nung sinabi niya na ito na nga yung
Nikki. Both of us were around and we were in fact joking pa that day bago kami pinaupo doon. It was like automatic talaga na prangka pagkastorya na 2 years ang treatment. And so what happens after 2 years? Parang subtext na lang ang sinasabing that you're up to there. And so you have somebody so young and so unprepared for it. I was the first one who was so mad. Pero sabi ko, don't believe in that. We will look for a second opinion, which we did. And the second opinions had the same prognosis. And the treatment suggested was chemotherapy. So she went through chemo, four cycles of the 6 chemo. Pero yung chemo niya had been very
reduced intensity.
Negative ba? Kasi nagkaroon na siya ng mga other side effects. She had an absolute problem with may infection siya sa blood na nangyari, and then it got worse into hindi na siya makaihi. So we had to stop the chemo. And in October of 2009, we went to the doctor kasi nag-bleed na naman si Nikki. And early October hanggang November 2019, hindi namin pinakalabas sa ospital because she was very, very, delicate, critical na masyado. And nangyari, she passed away on November 17. That was a Sunday at 5:30 p.m. It's fall. It was autumn of 2019. So all the time that she was having pains, I was advocating for her. I was being with her sa hospital. Doon ako natutulog sa edge ng bed. Kahit na there were times na I was told not to see her and just go home. I said, no, I cannot. Because you see my daughter kung gaano yan umiiyak sa sakit. I'm not going to leave her.
And that's your only daughter, di ba?
Yeah, she's my only child. And
nag-iisang anak. Yeah.
So, she's my buddy. Kasi nga, kami nga ang nag-co-found nitong magazine namin na Awesome. Kasi nga na-inspire ako na, she's very techy. Parang natural masyado maging tech-savvy ang mga kabataan. So I said, let's create our own magazine para may output tayo na, at saka ma-hire na kita diretso, hindi ko na maghanap ng trabaho, something like that. So that was us. We have evolved into just being mother and daughter, to becoming friends, which I really cherish and I'm so proud of. Pero may mga pangyayari na hindi natin control. So that was our struggle. It was 1 year, more than a year, that she was in terrible pain, and she was angry, she was depressed, and she would one time cry to me and say, what have I done na nangyari sa akin to? Why am I getting this kind of pain? Why am I punished like this? So questions like that sa isang very young and very promising person na anak mo pa ay napakasakit. I could not imagine any other kind of pain na naranasan ko na ganong kasakit with her. So ganon ang aming situation.
Well, I know po, Ma'am Montalbon, Mariver, yung inyong pong Nikki is looking from above right now, and she's really proud of you to call her mom, right? you actually want to take any pain from her as a mother's love, right? You just described that journey going in the hospital, staying, sleeping, right? So, because I want other listeners also to remember her, not just like as a cancer, patient and all this.
Oo.
So what other description that you can describe Nikki in terms of, you just mentioned some of the talents, right? So what's her hobby? What she likes to do?
She loves to draw. She doodles. So
yeah.
left-handed yun eh. So
Yes.
she would do her artwork, and she's an artist, and so in her spare time or when she's bored, she does those doodles. And she also is a writer. In fact, she is a very good writer. Na I let her edit my work and criticize my work so that I get a fresh insight from somebody young. So yan ang anak ko. And also she is a critical-minded child, meaning hindi siya the side of the conservative child. She is very much into advocacy of women's rights and issues that these young millennials are taking up right now, mga LGBTQ issues. And she's in fact educating me about those mga terms ng LGBTQ kasi masyadong maraming nuances. So she would explain that to me. And we discuss very intelligently all these social issues na nangyayari sa ating bansa, both here in the US and in the Philippines. So, and we would discuss movies. We would share interest on movies and music and food, ganon. So she was my friend.
Yeah.
She's like para kaming mga college students na ang feeling ko.
That relationship
ang
really
nanay.
blossoms, right? So my question in terms of the support, because a lot of the young adult cancer patients and survivor, right? I admitted here many times in the show, being a cancer patient and survivor within the age bracket, there's a lot of the kids, and then on the older side or a lot of women's side. But the yung support system. So what are the support system? Kasi nga, di ba natin na before the show aired about depression.
My support system.
Yeah,
had been
even Nikki.
She had a very strong support system from her friends na mga college friends niya, and the ones that are in the feminist organization. She has a group. She has a feminist group, and who takes care of her and says hi to her, and that gives so much strength sa kanya, because without that she would just melt and cry.
Yeah,
ganun lang. But with these friends who ask like, what do you want to eat, then they would have food delivered sa bahay. They would send in teddy bear, mga kung ano, mga artwork, mga materials for the art. So that gave her a lot of inspiration. And also ako, because like at that time, it's hard to show yourself to her na umiiyak ka. I never showed her that I cry. I cry when I wash dishes or when I clean the bathroom, ganon.
So tinago mo yung emotion mo sa kanya?
No, I never showed it because it will weaken her. That's what I thought. So,
ano
yung support system lang is,
Miss Mariver, may mga moments ba noon na, syempre kasama mo siya sa loob ng bahay, nakikita mo yung mga pains niya, yung mga sakit niya? May mga moments gusto mo na mag-breakdown?
I'm scared. I really get scared when she sleeps, and she was so thin. She declined so fast hanggang umabot siya ng 75 pounds. But so, pag natutulog ang anak ko, I get so scared looking at her kasi napakapayat niya, and then yung eyes na hindi masyado na close. So it scares me to death na parang, oh my God, this is going to happen to her, and I would freak out pag mangyari yun. So yun, I don't know how I did it, but I just survived it. But my God, the scare was so much, really, really. And one time she fainted from the bathroom, and then she was so pale. Ako, Diyos ko. I pulled out her arm para magising siya. Kasi parang feeling ko baka mawala na siya eventually. To pull out her arm, parang ganon. It's weird kasi kami lang naman dalawa in the house. So for the span of 12 months, we were in and out of the hospital. Every other month, pumapasok kami sa hospital.
And not only that, di ba, yung mga financial expenses?
Yes, the transportation, kasi kailangan mabilis because she's in pain. I can't wait for like all this government na transport sa atin na magbubuk ka pa and you will have to wait na kailan ka na ihatid. Just immediately, kuha kaagad ng Uber and all that, and it would cost a lot kasi ang hospital niya nasa Manhattan and we were in Queens. So yun, ang aming struggle.
Ano yung mga last words niya sa'yo?
The last word that Nikki told me was, "Mommy, enough. I'm tired. No more." Oh, that's her word. "Mommy, no more." So ang implication on I'm done. I'm over. So I caught it as like, okay, anak, no more pain. So okay, mawala na yung pain mo. You will get better. So ganon. But I will just try to tell your audience here, Josie and Logan, na yung ina, I did not give up on my child. I was hoping things will get better for her. I was clinging on to a miracle, even on the last hour or minute. Kasi yun ang nagiging strength ko eh. And in one of those times na other than her last word na sabi niya, "Mommy, I'm tired," or "enough," she was crying one time na sabi, "Mommy, I don't want to die. I don't want to leave you." And so iyakan kaming dalawa in the house. And I had to cap her hand and her face and tell her, no, you're not going to pass away. You will win this. We will win this, okay? So just be strong. Yung mga ganon. So how can a mother break down and cry in front of her child? No, hindi pwede yun eh. Kasi you will add to her anguish. So kahit na masakit, kahit na maiiyak ka na sa prayer mo to give strength to yourself and to your child, hindi mo talaga bibitiwan yun. Well, whatever happens. So,
yeah.
So yan ang pangsabi ni Nikki, and then that was the one that really hurt me when she said she doesn't want to leave me. So, my God, this child is so responsible and so thoughtful.
Yeah.
And caring. So,
at nakita niya kung paano. And Miss Mariver, di ba lumaki siya na wala siyang father nga dahil namatay yung asawa mo, di ba?
Kami lang dalawa naman. Ang role ko nga ay father and mother sa kanya. And then she came to a point na malaki na siya na minsan nag-role reversal na kami dahil she becomes the parent, especially when it comes to technology na wala naman akong alam. So my dependency is on that or on technical matters and editing and all that, even opinions. So I would rely on her mind.
She's very smart.
Thoughtfulness, yung mga ganon. So yun ang masakit. And
how do you want her to be remembered?
Nikki is an artist and she's somebody who is a very thoughtful and a loving person and friend. So mahal siya ng pamilya ko, ng mami, ng daddy ko, tatay, because she was the first apo. So she will be remembered as somebody who really is a no-nonsense young person who will speak her mind and who will advance issues on equality and justice. Ganon si Nikki. She was the epitome of a youth na nakikialam sa mga issues.
The passion.
Ganun siya.
Mhm. And
So
then,
yun ang naalala ko sa kanya.
yung follow-up question ko po, what advice that you can give to any parents who already, right now in the moment of taking care of their kids going through a cancer journey, or at least parents that's gonna go through to this journey that you can share? I know there's no one single book and one recipe of how you thrive in survival mode in terms of cancer journey, but your experience, what can you impart wisdom to our listeners?
I can only tell them to hold on to your faith, kasi yun ang energy nagbibigay sa puso mo eh. You have to have faith that your child will be healed, and he or she will surpass that disease. Pag walang energy na yan, and then you're told by the doctor na bibigyan ka na ng life sentence, sa ganito na lang ang buhay mo, you will just crumble. But maintain that faith. Kasi naman healing becomes physical. Healing can also be emotional and spiritual. And so in the end, my experience as a caregiver to my child is to be humble, kasi hindi natin control eh. I am a very controlling person. I manage my schedule. I set up my goals and I do it.
I am a type A person like you.
Yeah. And then something like this happens that wala ka, hindi mo na control talaga. So it teaches you humility.
Yes.
And it teaches you strength. Na yung I'm Catholic, tapos sasabihin mo the real meaning of when you say your will be done, yun talaga nangyari sa anak ko, your will be done. And so ang akin lang din na when she passed away, she knew she was so loved. Her last consciousness was my mom and my aunties were there, and they were singing praise songs. And I was holding her in my arms, and I was telling her to go back to God, anak. You are going to be healed. You are going to be loved there. And mommy will be okay, but don't leave me. Look at me and take care of me. Ganun, balik-balik ako nagsalita dyan. Iyak ako ng iyak. But I repeated and repeated that para gusto ko yun ang consciousness niya. And I was holding her. And yun lang ang aking just be prepared, just be strong. Kasi love will win all the time. By saying love will win all the time, yung friends mo, yung anak mo na minahal mo, pabalik at babalik din sa'yo na it will be a good energy for you. It will be a strength for you. And also my community and my family, naiiyak din ako sa sobrang pagmamahal at pag-aalala nila sa amin. So it's a win-win situation. Kahit
yung background mo ngayon, no? Yan ay, ang picture na yan, ang kumuha si Yani.
Yeah, she took this picture, several shots of this when they had a tour, kasi meron silang youth leaders tour na pumunta sila sa United Nations and all that. So she was with a group of young Filipinos. So ayan, sabi ko, I'm gonna use this anak kasi timing din na New York icon.
Yes.
So that's her. So ngayon I'm alone. I am alone dahil wala na si Nikki. I stayed in the house na yun, nakipag-usap ako sa kanya. Sasabihin ko pag problema ako sa technology. Sabi ko, oh my God, Nikki, what's this? Gaganyan pa rin ako.
I'm sure she will always be, on your heart, her memory. And that's why I think Josie and I were so blessed that we met you again, and that's why having you in this radio show really gives that opportunity to tell every story, and your story and Nikki's story matters to our community.
Yeah.
And I want to make sure that the way you just said po, yan ang ating kailangan in 2021 to give hope for
Yeah.
those who
Others.
are seeking that type of
Mhm.
courage and determination to move forward as we go to the 2020.
May last question lang
Yes,
ako kay
thank you.
Miss Mariver, no? Meron
Yeah,
kaming
sure.
special song para sa iyo at saka kay Yani.
Oh, thank you naman.
Gaano ka-importante sa iyo ang laban sa cancer?
Sa akin,
Mm-mm.
of course, it's important we have to fight for our physical life. Sa panahong ito, ang cancer is almost like an epidemic as well kasi masyado nang malala. Even among young people, it happens.
Mhm.
And so, this situation is a way for us to think kung anong klaseng lifestyle meron tayo, what kind of food are we having, and what kind of stress are we absorbing in our society right now. So I think it's a mix of everything. So before cure, I believe that we have to lead a healthy life, a positive mind, para huwag idibdibin yung mga stress masyado. And then don't eat so much mga processed food.
Yeah, processed.
Yes, processed food, no? As much as you can, no?
Based on science already.
Konti lang. But try to go back to nature. This is like a learning thing for every one of us because what society doing now, ano ba mga sakit natin, mga cancer, mga diabetes, these are like lifestyle kind of diseases. So yan lang ang aking isip na before fighting cancer, we have to look at how we live our lives na nagkaroon ng ganito. And even small children are afflicted with things that we don't understand kung saan ba nakuha yan. Maybe it's because society has become so superficial, so fabricated, wala ng nature, so it's all coming back to us. So yan lang aking isip.
Okay. Stay with us, Miss Mariver. May
Thank you very
special
much.
song number, Filipino American Cancer Care. May isa tayong special guest ngayon. Her name is Katrina Manabat. She is a 19-year-old from Ellicott City, Maryland, and is currently a sophomore nursing major at Stevenson University in Owings Mill. Singing at the age of 4 and taking piano lessons at the age of 7 and 4 since. So yung special song na dedicate natin para at kay Miss Mariver Montebon.
Hello, FACC family. I'm so sorry I cannot be there live with you all on Zoom. Unfortunately, my Wi-Fi decided to have problems tonight, so I decided to record my song really quickly for you all to listen to. Thank you so much to everyone at FACC for all of your hard work all year round. Thank you for inviting me to this Christmas caroling fundraising event. It is such a good cause, and I'm so grateful that we are able to help out beneficiaries, not just in the United States, but in the Philippines. I wish you all the happiest of holidays and the happiest new year. Thank you so much for everything, and I hope you have a great night.
Mary, did you know that your baby boy will one day walk on
much, Katrina Manabat. Now, this time we have some special guests galing naman sa Pilipinas. Ed, would you like to introduce them?
Yes, I cannot wait to share our guest tonight. We have two guests, by the way. Of course, one is a dear friend of mine from long time ago. I felt like a time capsule went back where we used to dance and have a partner in the dance troupe in the Novaliches area. And then now she is one of the best compassionate doctor that the Philippines is so blessed to have, especially in the rural area in the province in the Philippines. I cannot wait to introduce to you. Let me read the short bio because you know she's very shy, and I just want to make sure at least I give her a little bit of her credential. She graduated in 2006 as a pediatric residency in San Juan Dios Hospital, and took fellowship training in pediatric hematology, oncology in the Philippine Children's Medical Center, and she started her medical practice in Capiz in 2011. So please welcome, give her a big round of applause, Dr. Marilyn de la Cruz Castro. Hi ate, hi doc.
Hi, magandang gabi dyan. Good morning dito sa Pilipinas.
Yes. So and of course, she will be joined by one of our kids that we actually partner as one of the cancer survivor kid in the Philippines in Capiz. And then of course, his beautiful mom and the husband, dad, who really a potent force to give the son a support to survive as the entire family went through this cancer journey of showing the love, hope, and faith of this wonderful family. Let me just do a quick intro as well of the name of the parents. Of course, I want to make sure I give them credit for their sacrifice as well, because this is a whole family affair. So the mom is Eula. She graduated at the West Visayas State University as a Bachelor of Physical Education, major in dance, sports, music.
Anong year?
Anong year? Hindi niya nasabi. Kasi
yung school na yan kasi, sa harang bahay ko yan.
and
I'm from La Paz, Iloilo City.
She currently teaching as at the Capiz National High School in Rojas City, Capiz.
Okay.
And now, of course, the son, I want to make sure our special guest again, that we want to give her a congratulatory stuff. This little boy is now, I think, did he say 8 or 10? I felt like he's too old. So that's why I was joking. But his nickname is Dutch. Wow.
Okay, Dutch. Ang ganda ng nickname, ha? Dutch.
Yeah. So we will see some of this picture, I think, later during the show and the program. So I want to make sure that, tell his story when he was diagnosed when he was only 3 years old, Josie. Imagine that.
Mm-hmm.
At the young age with a strong courage, of fighting spirit when he was diagnosed in March of 2015. But I will not spill the story. Please welcome Eula and of course her beloved son, Dutch.
Anong name ng tatay?
Ang tatay mo, hindi na nabigay kanina eh. So Anthony is the father, of course, the handsome Anthony Hinasan Jr. So, welcome po.
Okay. Ba na ako maghiligay noon? Kasi nakakaintindi dito sa akin, ha?
Hindi ako muna. So, Ma'am, Eula, and then Ate Marilyn, Ate Doc, tawag na lang, ha? Paano ang inyong journey in terms of how you guys meet each other? And then how the story of a young kid of this, 3 years old being diagnosed. So how can you give us a little short summary of how your cross path?
That was March 2015. So I got a referral from one of our pediatricians in the hospital kasi ang kanyang WBC was 527,000. So hyperleukocytosis. So, but when I interviewed them for the history, 2 days, 3 days fever lang, and accompanied with an abdominal enlargement. Biglang laki lang daw nung tiyan. But the most hindi talaga magandang laboratory findings was a WBC count of 527,000. And then accompanied na mababa din ang platelet count. So may mga pasa-pasa at saka maputla, malapsi, no, sa ilonggo. Maputla na kailangan ding salinan ng platelet count and pulang dugo, PAC-RBC. So I told them na na-shock din sila eh.
Sabi
Kasi,
sa ating mga listener the exact type ng cancer niya kasi marami tayong different types of cancer and leukemia. So
na-shock nga sila kasi nung sinabi ko na yung mga differential diagnosis, different considerations. One is leukemia. So, para sa 2 araw na paglalagnat at biglang laki ng tiyan, bakit daw biglang leukemia? So, kailangan mag-undergo ni Dutch that time 3 years old pa lang ng bone marrow aspiration.
Mm-hmm.
When I explained to them how it is done, syempre natakot din sila kasi at that very young age, diba, Ed, you know the procedure.
Yes.
So, sa pagpapaliwanag ko, kukuha ako ng sample sa bulalo.
Mm-hmm.
Na bata.
Yan ang tinatawag na bone marrow.
Yes, I still explain to them yung ulam na masarap na ulam na bulalo.
Mm-hmm.
May kinukuha tayo dun sa malaking...
Yan ang sikat na pagkain sa Capiz at sa Iloilo.
Oo. But then eventually, pinaliwanag ko sa kanila yung naging resulta ng bone marrow, but that time we were lucky na nakapadala din kami ng sample in Manila for immunophenotyping.
Good.
So syempre nung sinabi ko sa kanila yung initial findings ko, that the findings was compatible with acute lymphoblastic leukemia. But I still need to know the immunophenotyping result kasi it will matter doon sa prognosis, no, prognostication. So, syempre, when I explained to them na it was acute lymphoblastic leukemia, I told them during the family disclosure na the ALL somehow 85 to 95% chance of survival eh. Pero when we got the immunophenotyping result and it was a T-cell ALL, so yung 85 to 95% chance na sinabi ko sa kanila was lowered down to 70%. And we still talk a lot for the management. I explained to them ano yung dadaan ng journey na talagang dadaan sa butas ng karayom. No, kasi syempre 3 years old, ang tanong nila, kakayanin ba ng anak ko, kakayanin ba ng apo ko? Kasi andyan din po yung mga lola ng bata. So kailangan ipaliwanag ko din yung side effects na matatanggap din ng bata. Maraming pinagdaanan, no? Kasi sabi ko, sa isang buwan na induction phase after nito, dahil nga ito ay isang T-cell, I need to send them patients sa Manila for radiotherapy.
Okay. Babalikan ka namin, Doc, no? Kasi we have very limited time. Now, gusto ko lang malaman from Eula at saka syempre kay Anthony and Dutch, no? Itong nangyari, kumusta na ngayon si Dutch? Kasi sabi nga ni Doc Castro, nagkaroon siya ng leukemia at the age of 3.
Opo, ma.
Okay. So, kumusta na ngayon si Dutch?
Sa ngayon po, nagsa-start na po siya ng schooling. So, bali, kinder siya ngayon kasi at the age of 3, from 3 years old, hindi po talaga siya nakapasok ng school. So, ngayon po, nasa kinder siya at the age of 8.
Mhm. Pero yung condition niya,
So far po, nasa remission po kami. Every 3 months, nagpapamonitor po kami kay Dr. Castro. At saka this coming February 2021, magpapa-bone marrow biopsy din po kami ulit for every 6 months po na monitoring. So far po, so
okay. Go ahead, Ed.
So, ano po, Sir Anthony, I want to make sure involved ko po. Kasi from a father's perspective naman, gusto namin kasi talagang, ang aming radio show ay lahat ng mga perspective, whether it's from caregiver, mother's perspective, father's perspective. Nung nalaman nyo ang anak ninyo, you have 2 sons, so ito younger son nyo po to, inyong naisip anak na, I know no father will say, if we can take the cancer out from our we'll do it po. So I just want to hear your perspective po, Sir Anthony.
Yung time na nalaman
Nalaman.
yung regarding about his case, syempre parang mahirap na maraming tumatakbo sa isip mo, yung sinasabi mo na bakit sa kanya, kasi marami namang mga bata, kasi yung halos lahat na ng kung hindi pwede mong anong tawag dito, mapadapuan ng ano-ano, and then nung sinabi ni doktora regarding yun na nga, cancer, leukemia cancer. So sinabi na namin, nag-usap kami. Parang basta yung nalaman ko na lang, without hesitation, we decided already to go with chemotherapy. And then sinabi namin, gawin na lang doc, kung ano yung pwedeng namin gawin. Yun, mahirap sa umpisa, pero I know na kasi sabi ko nga, nakikita ko kasi lumalaban siya eh. So, lumalaban si Dutch. So, sabi ko, kung siya mismo lumalaban, then kami na rin, mas lalo kaming lalaban para sa kanya.
Mhm. At nakikita natin ngayon, no, si Dutch. Talagang masayahin na bata. Dutch!
Magsalita ng konti.
Oo. Ano ba yan? Nakakaintindi ng Tagalog o Ilonggo o Hiligaynon lang?
Hiligaynon po, ma'am, at saka
Dutch.
English na agad.
That's good. Nakakaintindi ng English. Oh, wow. Mm-hmm.
Hey, Dutch!
Dutch, what is your favorite toy?
What is your favorite? What is your favorite toy?
Siyempre,
Ano yung
Ball. Okay. So what kind of ball would you like to have? Would you like to have volleyball, a basketball, a softball? Ano daw? Basketball.
Okay.
You know, Dutch? My birthday is coming on Friday. I'm gonna get you a basketball, okay?
Wow! Your wish is granted.
Yeah. What else do you want? What else would you like? Aside from a ball.
What else daw?
Soccer ball. Okay, I'll get you a soccer ball as well.
Wow! Talagang mag-healthy ang kanyang gustong.
So I'm gonna send that to you for most probably in the next few days, no? Yula, add me on your Facebook para maka-communicate ako sa iyo, okay?
Yes po, ma'am. Thank you
Okay.
po.
So we have 5 minutes, Ed. I'm sorry, no? Dr. Castro, maybe next time, kung kaya natin silang imbitahin ulit dito sa ating radio show, Ed. Now, this time, we would like to show you yung ginawa po ng Filipino American Cancer Care doon sa mga batang may cancer sa Rojas City. Ito po ngayon yung ating Thoughts for Drive, right, Ed? Nagbigay tayo ng Care Bears.
Yes. So,
Itong Care Bears na makukuha mo lang sa Red Cross, di ba?
and Dutch is holding it right now. Look at that. He is loving our Care Bears that cares. That's what the motto of this toy. So please, Johan, if you don't mind, play it for viewers.
Whenever I see girls and boys selling lanterns on the street, I remember the child in the manger as he sleeps. Wherever there are people giving gifts, exchanging cards, I believe that Christmas is truly in our hearts. Let's light our Christmas trees for a bright tomorrow where nations are at peace and all are one in God.
Let's sing Merry Christmas and a happy holiday. This season may we never forget the love we have for Jesus. Let him be the one to guide us as another new year starts. And may the spirit of Christmas be always in our hearts.
In every prayer, in every song, the community unites, celebrating the birth of our Savior Jesus Christ. Let love, like that starlight on that first Christmas morn, lead us back to the manger where Christ the child was born. So come, let us rejoice. Come and sing the Christmas carol with the one big joyful voice. Proclaim the name of the Lord.
Let's sing Merry Christmas and a happy holiday. This season may we never forget the love we have for Jesus. Let him be the one to guide us as another new year starts. And may the spirit of Christmas be always in our hearts. Let's sing Merry Christmas and a happy holiday. This season may we never forget the love we have for Jesus. Let him be the one to guide us as another new year starts. And may the spirit of Christmas be always in our hearts.
Filipino American Cancer Care ng mga batang may cancer sa Rojas. Ed?
Yes, well, again, Doc, Eula, Sir Anthony, thank you for partnering with us with the Filipino American Cancer Care. It is one of the best Christmas initiative that we are planning to have a long-term strategic partnership with you guys over there. So,
Maraming salamat din po.
Doc, meron bang Jollibee sa inyo?
Meron naman po.
Okay. Kung si Dutch, padadalhan ko ng Jollibee si Dutch at yung ibang batang at yung mga batang may cancer.
Oh, salamat
Okay,
po.
I'm gonna yes. And also Miss Mariver, thank you so much.
thank you.
Thank you very much for having me.
Alam mo,
Josie
isa
and
akong
Logan.
admirer nito ni Miss Mariver, Ed, no? Napakatalino niya. Kaibigan
God.
niya, yung kakilala ko, kaibigan ko rin na nasa media doon sa Iloilo, si Josa.
Matapang yun.
Mga matatapang ng mga ano na to, si Miss Mariver at saka si Josa. And Yola at saka si Anthony. Maraming salamat. No? Happy New Year sa inyo, Doc Castro at sa mga bata dyan.
Thank you
Be
po.
here para sa kids.
And Sir Ed.
Okay. And thank you again, Miss.
Thank you. Good to meet you, Doc.
Okay, bye everyone.
You're Take care. Thank you, Doctor. Blessings for the year.